Hey guys, connected. SC, yeah, this is connected. Let me just make sure. Audio connected. Okay, let me try the. Hey guys, sorry about this. All right, here we go. Now we're connected. Whoops. kind of coming in a little bit rushed, but that's okay. Hey everybody, let me just see who I missed. I missed everybody. White Rabbit, Chris, Ruth, Tony, White Rabbit, Donald Woods, John F., Tom, Rhonda, Jane. Two together, we are Wand. We are Wand. Nice. Osawansky. Texts have always been voluntary. They just don't want you to know it. Yes, indeed. That's what I've come to understand. Everything come out okay? I think so. Good evening, Guru family. 11 minutes late. Yeah, it's me that's late today. Sorry. Spencer Hot Springs, Nevada. Interesting. I hope everyone had a good day. Indeed. All right. Guest taxes have been, they don't want you to know that. Yeah. Now, how do you prove that to somebody who doesn't believe that? I just have to do one thing with this. How do you prove that to somebody who doesn't? Hey, folks. Gary, Jessica, Getzielli. $11 minutes late. All right. So let's. What do you say? We go to the intel. There seemed to be a lot of it this morning. So let's go back. I'm still not really totally happy with this. Let me just try one more try with this. There, that's better. Okay. All right. Tell that to Al Capone. All right. Hey, Haley. A good mode. Thanks for choosing to spend your time here. Colorado Springs. Raising the vibrations. Yeah, man. They can garnish your wages, right? Yep. Well, the question is, are they going to do it? Are they active enough? Are they powerful enough? Are they in business enough? Are they running? I don't know the answer to it. One of the credit card companies tricked me today and took some money from my account, which grieves me no end. Actually, I don't even really want to think about it. I don't think it's that. Just don't. Let me turn this down just a hair. Let's see if I can find the dial for this one. Hold on. Okay. All right. Dial it down just a little hair more. Okay, now we're fit to broadcast. All right. Okay, so you guys, what do you say? Anything coming up today? Anything that we didn't cover this morning that anybody wants to mention? 1961 Federal Registry tax form section state that taxes are voluntary. Interesting. People don't know that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Just see one more thing. Let's see if this is down. That's all right. I think we need more light. Okay. They could put a lien on your place, but they may not be even in power. And it's for sure an illegal organization, private organization taxing the people. I'm not sure how kosher that is. Oh, and I was going to change the title anyway because I think that was this morning. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sunny, they'll put a lien in place. Yeah, not necessarily. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I really, it's hard to say. I mean, we have all these citizen reporters who are saying there's nobody in these buildings. So I don't know. Are they all working from home? Lots of people get paid under the table these days. A breakaway system is forming. That's interesting. There was an interesting discussion in my community at the table today about were the Jews ever. Let me try one more thing. One of the friends of the in the community said, "Were the Jews ever happy? Did they ever have a period of peace?" And they said that when King Shlomo, after David HaMelech, after King David was his son Shlomo, Solomon took over, and Solomon taxed the people heavily. So apparently, what happened was, after Solomon passed over, his son asked an advisor, should he continue to tax the people? And the advisor said, no, you should really take it easy on the people. And then I don't know if it was another advisor. I didn't get the whole story, but another advisor, no, it could have been the son of Shlomo said, let's tax them even more to show them who's boss. And that just totally destroyed the kingdom. And that's the same spirit as what we're dealing with today. People cannot pay for I went to the grocery store. The same bag of potato chips that was like $3 last year is now like $4 or $5. Everything is completely out of whack. People cannot afford this, and it's really the best way to wake people up is through their pocket. If they can't afford to live, if they can't afford to pay their credit card debts, if they need credit cards just to pay for groceries, that tells you something right there, that the system is cracking, the system is breaking, and people just will not stand for it. Chemtrails in Northern California. People are saying that the chemtrails are not the toxic chemtrails of yesterday. That some of these chemtrails are designed to clean up the atmosphere. Chemtrails everywhere in Scotland. Yeah, you guys are coming up with some really good points here. Taxes go directly to the DS. Yeah, absolutely. The barter system. I don't think we're going to go to a barter system. I really think we're coming into the quantum financial system. But if you want to barter with a friend, you have a couple of silver coins, let's say, and he has fresh milk or something, and why not? They came from Canaan. Interest in proto-Jewish tribes. I don't know what that means. But we were talking today, and I saw a little video clip about the lost tribes of Israel, that we don't know where they are. We know where some of them are. That's why I had to close my business. No profit, taxes, get it all. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So people are just going to do what Tanya Honey did, which is walk away. That's what I realized with taking my money out of my IRA. I took the money out, and then they said, "Well, we want it all back." I said, "I'm not doing this. I'm not playing with you guys. It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. It's not fair that I worked my behind off for 20 years in your insane school system to squirrel a few dollars away, and then you want to take it all. It's you call it, tax free. Your tax free IRA. We don't tax you till the end, but it's all usury. It's chicanery. It's satanic language. Yeah, World War III coming, right? So that's what I titled this, because I saw some QFS, not CBDC. Yes, that's important for people to understand. This is not something to fear. This is not where the deep state is going to tell you. I mean, I would be on the front line of this. Like, if you don't do what we say, they already told me, man, I'm the last day of work. They said, Weber, you'll never work again, and you're not going to get employment, and nobody will ever hire you because we won't give you a recommendation. So, I mean, they've already said that to me, so I'm on the front of this line. But when the solar microwave is going to destroy no. Where did you get that, Valiant? I don't. That's not part of the future. I don't see that. I don't know who's saying that kind of thing. Beautiful, clear skies in Indiana. That's the kind of thing we should focus on. In Chemical, I did see some trails in upstate New York, where I am now. Yeah, this is what I heard. I like what Gloria has to say here. Hey, Tracy. Oh, that's so sweet. Richard, pass on his greeting. Tell him I really appreciate it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all good. So I made a new friend, and she taught me a really cool trick that you guys probably know, but that's about hydration. Because I'm constantly grabbing for my cup of coffee, and I'm finding she said, it's not coffee you need, it's water. And she's right. She was absolutely right. The water keeps me feeling very vibrant. Get to what's really going on. Valiant, you're really annoying me. I'm sorry. I can't deal with you. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was just somebody here to make us. Caffeine is dehydrating. Yeah. I'm feeling much more awake. I feel totally alert right now. And I've been hydrating. So it must be, that's a life-changing thing. Also, the idea that salt is bad for you could be a misnomer too. I mean, we got this is just salt, man, basically salt and water, and it really changes your life. Troll in the house. Yeah. If you guys see anyone, Tanya, you want a wrench? Can I give you a wrench? Let's see. No, on this thing, I can't make you an admin. Yeah, I got rid of him already. If you see any more, let me know. A lot of black pilled showing up on channels. Yeah? Interesting. Bots. Yeah. Chemtrails are now repairing what the others messed up. Yeah, that's what I heard also. I think we can kind of rest on that one. We need some wrenches. You have a wrench? I don't know if I can give a wrench. It doesn't appear like I can give a wrench here. Let me just see. Block user. No, I can't. I can't give a wrench on this platform. I can on YouTube. Let's see. I mean, should I go to YouTube? Oh, you have one. Okay, good. A few trolls. It shows that we're alive, right? We have trolls. It means that we have information that's worth hassling people about. Wrench, get rid of trolls. Yeah. All right. The trails keep blocking out the sun. Yeah. All right. So the galactics are here helping with all what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's a very key point, Elizabeth. Those wonderful galactic friends of ours who we are not going to worship. We're going to befriend them. Any news on the EBS? I haven't heard anything. I would not want to go running down the street with my shirt off saying, the EBS is coming. The EBS is coming. If you're not hated, you're right. That my son told me that in the beginning of my YouTube channel. He says when you get a lot of like hate mail, you'll know you're successful. But right now, I'm not getting actually that much. Yeah, you need the salt. Let's see, Tanya, honey, you want one? Because I could. Let me just see if I can go to the. Let me just try something real quick. Let's see. I do have this. Okay. Gosh. Okay, Tanya, honey, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Got it. Okay, Tanya, honey, I think I put you as a as an admin, so you can use it to. Oh, okay. So that's done. No, it's just raining. Okay, just raining. All right. All right. So you guys ready to go? I mean, any more interesting things? Should we go to the intel and see what we can find? Let's check it out. Okay. Yeah, we were dealing with the gold fringed flag this morning. You're beginning to understand the arrest of T. I have to read this over and over again. For some reason, I don't get it. Drain the swamp, complete flush out. Are you beginning to understand the arrest of T was staged by military alliance, white hats, and powerful commanders on the inside? So everything is leading to exposing the deep state military coup against Mr. T and foreign interference in the selection process. Okay, we got that. Mr. T with the flags behind him. I didn't look up the law of war, by the way, today. Okay, Democratic leaders are like children in not a nice way, and they're connected to Gilligan's Island. If anybody's new to the channel, Gilligan's Island means Jeffrey and Ghislaine. Ghislaine. We call them Gilligan's Island. As a U.S. representative leader, Marjorie Taylor Greene has put the D's into the world spotlight as her comments and assertion as a U.S. leader hit MSM News and World News as she publicly condemned the D Party and leaders as people that were interested in the little ones. That is a pretty big thing to come out on MSM, don't you think, guys? Don't you think that's huge? She was in New York this past week. Interesting. So behind the scenes, MTG. Who's MTG? Oh, Margaret Taylor Greene. Inside information. She has information on Gilligan's Island. And through Mr. T, she is in the know of upcoming Gilligan's Island saga erupting into a national and world stage. So the storm is upon us. From inside sources through Chinese Dragon Society organizations, they confirm several military investigations and courts pre-tribunals have already started in several countries through US, Canada, EU, SA, Australia. And in the pre-tribunal, banking executives from across the world have been ushered in to give debriefings on their knowledge of government and Gilligan's Island Five Eye connections. Last week, I gave you information that Virgin Islands was conducting a secret military courts and debriefings with the world's most powerful elites and wealthiest. And this is where they go into the look at that. They didn't put Jewish in parentheses. They took it off. So we have an effect. Last week, I gave you information that Virgin Islands was conducting secret courts and debriefings with the world's most powerful elites and wealthiest, as Sergey Brin of Google and several others who are the world's richest list. And no matter how wealthy they are in their connections to BlackRock, their influence with dealing with Gilligan's Island was avoided and null. White Hat AI systems deployed to deliver classified documents to public sectors through the internet and media has created chaos and panic in the five-sided building as DS military operations have been revealed, and the DS AI system could not stop the massive White Hat AI systems that are dropping data. Behind the scenes, AI will drop the Gilligan's Island files, and the Pentagon is doing everything to stop the exposure. What does Margaret Taylor Greene know, and what is she going to release during the summer? Why is MTG following 17 behind the scenes? Why is Kash Patel the past month on 17 channels and pushing for a new 17 that needs to be retweaked a little? Why is Mr. T's friend Colonel McGregor giving real military drops in assessments? Why did Flynn take the oath of 17, then deny it later on? To answer all the same, military 17 operations follow the White Hat operation. The White Rabbit operations. The answer is the same. Military 17 operations follow the White Rabbit operations. We all know that Russia, that all the countries, that the world, that the country R, the country C, the country Thai, and this country, world collapse and open, silent, closed wars will end when Mr. T comes back into office. And all the events will lead to military tribunals, full exposure of all these bad guys. So here we're looking at something like a timeline. When Mr. T comes back into power, then we will have the tribunals. Right now, we are inside the storm, and Gilligan is key. And McAfee files and terabytes filled with money laundering and things with kids are going to come out. Wow. T arrest signaled the 3.4 Law of War Manual protocols, and this signal amplifies the war has already begun, and we're in the final stages of Justin Bellow, the applications of the law of war. 3.6 reciprocity, when Mr. T makes full public control in the 2025-26. After military relinquish 11.3 powers and Dr. F, etc., has been fully exposed, then white hats are coming to clean up the food industry. Then white hats are coming to clean up the food industry and the V's and the these that are hidden through the food industry. Behind the scenes, military protocols are being created to ensure the new generation of fresh food and agriculture. A world without GMO-based food and chemicals, a world of trillions in fresh food industry, work, health, a vibrant new stage. The best is yet to come. The world is connected. We read that this morning, but I think it's worth repeating. No, but I could look it up right now. Do you want me to look it up right now? Who wants me to look up? You know what? I could do a Google search. I don't have to go through the whole thing. Let's look up 3.4. Okay. I'm just going to do a quick. Now, actually, you know what? Should we come back to it or should we do it now? XRP goes up and down constantly. Yeah, that's going to happen until it finally rockets off out of here. That it's been like that for years. I mean, I've been following XRP for several years. XLM as well. Okay, so it looks like they kind of rewrote some of these things. Let me just see if they took out. No, they didn't take out the part about the parentheses Jewish. Let's put the Law of War manual to the side for a second. Let me just see 3.4 to 3.6. Unless you want me to do it now. What do you guys think? We could. You want to take a look? Oh, I know what I was. Okay, so if we let me just see what else is here. The gold fringe things. So we know what that is. That means it's a captured flag. And it wasn't at the Trump speech. Mr. T and military ops are meant to break the supply chain stranglehold on the U.S. As Mr. T stood next to U.S. flags with no fringes, and a message was sent loud and clear. Everything is leading to exposure, right? AI wars, declassified world drops. These drops and files are hitting world leaders and world officials' doorsteps directly. It doesn't matter if the MSM tries to spin stories that it's Russian misinformation or cover up the classified drops out. Ignore. The real danger is done as millions of officials will get classified drops directly through white hat AI massive digital networks that can reach deep state AI walls. The fall of the deep state. They're saying cover up the classified drops or ignore millions of officials will get classified drops directly to them. The fall of the deep state. Everything now had to happen. Game theory. It had to be this way. Expect some U.S. cargo ships, ports to close. There is a restructuring going on behind the scenes. Of course, we are still inside a collapse, but a very controlled collapse. Game theory, events. Safety measures in place, but the sheep must see the near-death experience that involves a massive collapse. But you have been prepared. Okay, so of course, we are still inside a collapse, but a very controlled collapse. Game theory, events. Safety measures in place, but the sheep must see the near-death experience that involves a massive collapse. But you have been prepared. So we know what's coming down. We are so close, could be days away from disclosure. Yeah. Let's hope. All right, so that's that. Remind me later to if we have time to go back to find out 3.4 to 3.6 in the Law of War manual. Oh, they're telling it here. Okay, so here, this leads to here. And I'm glad I did this backwards. Okay, so here we go. The 8th of April. What's today? Today's the 9th. This is from yesterday. Okay. This is some very important. This will probably be, this will link this all. Keep falling on my head until info drops keep falling on my head. Raindrops keep, info drops. Okay, here we go. Law of War, Chapter 3.4, Jus in Bello. Now, I think they told me what Jus in Bello means, but I hope we will find out. Okay, yeah, I think they're going to explain all this. Why do military intelligence openly talk in the public spectrum and yet normal people can't understand the codes and comms? The war is real. A few months ago, I told you white hats unleashed their military AI system that could combat the deep state AI system. Keep watching the internet as white hat AIs keep leaking classified info. So a lot's going to come out. Okay, here we go. Law of War Manual 3.4, Jus in Bello. We'll find out what that means. When Mr. T stood between 3 and 4 flags, right, he was referring to the 3.4, the Law of War Manual 3.4. Okay, so now we're going to find out what Jus in Bello means. It means once war has begun, Jus in Bello directs how combatants are to act or should act in the war. Okay, so once the war has begun, so they're saying the war is underway, and this 3.4 tells people how they have to act. Okay, distinction. Just war conduct should be governed by the principle of distinction. The acts of war should be directed towards enemy combatants and not towards non-combatants caught in circumstances they did not create. The prohibition acts include bombing civilian residential areas that include no legitimate military targets, committing acts of terrorism or reprisals against civilians or prisoners of war, and attacking neutral targets. Moreover, combatants are not permitted to attack enemy combatants who have surrendered or who have not been captured or who are injured and not presenting a immediate lethal threat. Yeah, this is a long time coming, man. Proportionality. Just war conduct should be governed by the principle of proportionality. Combatants must make sure the harm caused to civilians or civilian property is not excessive in relation to the concrete and direct military advantage anticipated by an attack of a legitimate military objective. This principle is meant to discern the correct balance between the restriction imposed by a corrective measure and the severity of the nature of the prohibited act. Military necessity. Just war conduct should be governed by the principle of military necessity. An attack or action must be intended to help in the defeat of the enemy. It must be an attack of a legitimate military objective, and the harm caused to civilians or civilian property must be proportional and not excessive in relation to the concrete and direct military advantage anticipated. This principle is meant to limit excessive and unnecessary death and destruction. Fair treatment of prisoners of war and enemy combatants who surrendered or who were captured and no longer pose a threat. It is therefore wrong to torture them or otherwise mistreat them. No means meum in se. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we will find out. Maybe combatants may not use weapons other methods of warfare that are considered evil, such as mass rape, forcing enemy combatants to fight against their own side, or using weapons whose effects cannot be controlled, like nuclear or biological weapons. That's not allowed. Inside the current military operations planning taking place, de-evolution, devolution, continuity of government. This first stages of 11.3. The President, Chief, and Commander of the Armed Forces who initiated the de-evolution plan must give fair warning to military commands and strategic intelligence operations that the law of war, chapters 3.4, must be followed in accordance with operations, or they are subject to war crimes and tribunals, and the judgment is equivalent to life in prison or death. Everything Mr. T is doing in military protocols is being done by the book. Who issued the illegal warrants for Mr. T? The wiretappings, placing Stormy Daniels. Do you really think Stormy Daniels' name is a coincidence? Stormy. How is FISA involved? Who controls FISA? Why did Bill Barr all of a sudden defend Mr. T publicly, even after Trump appointed him? Then public feud. Then Barr went to work for Biden. While difficult, it is important to understand this must be done by the book. 17. Coincidence post 3967 is missing. 34 indictments against Mr. T. 3.4 Law of War Manual. So it was not the 34 buildings. It was 3.4 Law of War Manual. Why do military intelligence openly talk in the public spectrum, and yet normal people can't understand the codes and comms? The war is real. That's why. A few months ago, White Hats unleashed their military. Okay, we got all that. So, do you want me to check out these Q posts? I think I should. Okay, let's see. So this, okay. Okay, so my friend Gila just sent a message that World War III, POTUS, final warning. So Gila's saying that she sent this post that says World War III. So I guess it's about to start really soon. And there was a comm that I saw about April 10th. There was something about April 10th. I'm not sure what it was, but I'll if I see it, I'll flag it. Now let's just look at 3, 6. Let's just look at some of these posts. Okay, let's look at 3966. Oh. Okay, 3966. Imagine if we weren't here. You have to sense the tension building. 17 is becoming a tinderbox. No, I'm sorry. You have to sense the tension building. 17, the number 17 with an exclamation point, then it says it's becoming a tinderbox. Hey, Gila. Okay, so imagine if we weren't here. While difficult, it is important to understand this must be done by the book. Average people must be able to digest and accept actual events. FISA lead-in stage 1, Act 1. Bad actors had to be removed. Good actors had to be installed. Sleepers had to be uncovered. We are ready. Think bar public. Okay, so now let's go this way. Okay, we want to get the next post. 6-8. Okay, 6-7 is not. 6-7 shows the American flag. Let's keep going. 6-8. 6-6. You know, I have to go back. Let me just try 3, 3, 9, 6, 7. Just says always, the word always. This is not about politics. These people are pure evil. You are ready. 3, let me just draw one more post. No, we had this one. 6-7 just says, all right, it's not something I can understand. Just like Q and Q plus, put on that armor of God, patriots. Keep praying. In the end, God wins. Where we go one, we go all. All right. So let's keep going. Okay, when the T arrest, they, the bad guys, are creating false flag events to create civil unrest. Be careful out there, patriots, as deep states start mass cycles of deadly shootings throughout the U.S. and blame Trump supporters. And 17. They are inside third stages of fourth and fifth generation warfare and pitting humans against humans in deadly human tragedy scenarios and looking for an outcome to blame to their political opposition, to blame on the political opposition, the 17 people, and bring in a near-death U.S. civil unrest war that would lead to UN intervention in the U.S. This was always the plan. Their idea was to bring in the UN and create quick laws in massive civil war unrest scenarios and give power to the UN over the U.S. and their military. The deep state's final moves was to arrest U.S. military commanders loyal to the Constitution, Republican followers Mr. T loyalists, or seemingly rogue commanders who would not support their agenda. We far inside the storm now. There's no turning back. We're crossing the Rubicon, meaning we are there, man. This is happening. Okay? So there's a lot going on. Don't get in the doom and gloom of the TRS, de-evolution plan, continuity of government in effect. You're watching the operations of a military plan unfolding. 11.3, you're watching a movie. If you want peace, prepare for war, the final war to end all wars. Finally, we are hearing about intensified fighting at underground bases in the US and now Canada. We are even getting news reports out of Canada where they are at least admitting recent earthquakes aren't natural, but most certainly lying about the cause. Notice that it was 4 kilometers underground. Why are they connecting? What is this? I'm getting a little. The show also includes military fireworks in the Middle East. Last week saw an unprecedented military clash between Iran and the U.S. on Syrian soil. Until now, the Russians have held back the Iranians, but now that Iran and Saudi Arabia have a military alliance, it looks like the green light has been given. Let's read this again. The show also includes military fireworks in the Middle East. Last week saw an unprecedented military clash between Iran and the U.S. on Syrian soil. Until now, the Russians have held back the Iranians, but now that Iran and Saudi Arabia have a military alliance, it looks like the green light has been given by China and Russia to kick U.S. oil thieves out of Syria and Iraq. We all predicted Pope Francis's death would be revealed this year or publicly removed. Now the fight for the V place near Rome is taking place as deep state from several countries want their puppets installed. So this is the Macus Pecorum. This is the death of the firstborn, the civil war amongst the evil ones. All right, I'm going to go to another channel now. How are we doing time-wise? Yeah, we're pretty much, I think this is pretty much a wrap. I'm getting close. And I just have too much going on here. Let's see. Not sure how many of us are really realizing what really it is all about with Mr. T's indictments. T card is being played out. T indictment is one of the T cards. T won't be charged for tax fraud because tax is not legal. POTUS is now fully insulated. What happens if everyone finds out tax is illegal or voluntary? Think about it. You know, that's the collapse. It's instantaneous collapse of the fiat system. When you read the intel, yeah, I know. People like the intel. I know. I really don't care about the numbers, though. I mean, I do care about the numbers, but if I feel if I have something important to say, I would rather say that to the people that really listen to all my broadcasts than to court people that are, come and go. They're yeah, I know my channel goes up with the intel, but that's not the point. And so there's sometimes when I feel the intel is just not appropriate. It's, from my point of view. Okay, so let's go to Tyranny. Get a couple of quick messages from this channel. What's going on in real time? TS Retruth, let's go. Okay, so Mr. T Retruths, let's go. 1037, booms and root, blind, 5-5, green. All right, so what's 1037? I mean, can I see this? No, I can't get to it. Okay, let me just. This is number 1037. Yeah, it says booms and unroot. So the booms are coming. Blind, 5-5, green. Green. I guess that's sort of like the green light. Sure, it does. Yeah, it's just you're welcome. But yeah, so that's okay. So I'm at Pyrenees has a lot of things that are busy downloading that I can't seem to see. Mr. Trump was at a concert or a fight or something. They're saying kill the cities to pick it up cheap. They are land grabbing. All right. Yeah, a lot has been happening. It's good to stay with the family. I mean, these things we've been prepared for a long time. Thank you, Melody. Yeah, me and Gila are stabilizing. That's good because a lot of people, I guess, are volatile. Whiteout Grandpa is Kid Rock. How interesting. White WH Grandpa. Interesting. Love Dana and the UFC. All these things are downloading. The boss is back. All right. I think I'm just going to call it a night because I'm not finding anything of real substance here. Let me just check with Whip. He's got the same deal with things that are downloading, 2 smart drops. Right, here's where I read it. Worldwide, it is the keystone. "40 days from 3/1. Okay, there's a sequence drop. I think I'll read this and then we'll call it a night. What is the keystone? It's been a lot of different things. A lot of different things so far. All right, let me just while I'm still awake, let me just read these sequence drops. Sequence drop 1245, precursor Turkey, home of oh, Turkey, Roman and Ottoman Empire, United Nations building hit. Turkey will flip to NATO, on NATO, will flip on NATO. Saudi to decouple from US and join BRICS. House of Saud comes from Turkey originally. BMS flipped. Israel will attack Medina, Mecca. Rise of the Imad Mahdi, the one who unites all of Islam together to take down the. Okay, I'm not reading this post. I'm sorry. It's too volatile. Just know that things are really happening. Yeah, let's call it a night. He's different place without. No, I have my guitar. I'll be back on. I'm going to go back on Friday, so I'll be back Saturday night in New York City. Thanks, Nancy. Yes. Gary is PA is the Keystone State. I don't know if that's really the Keystone. I think there was something else that was. I think they were saying Stormy Daniels was some kind of a Keystone. Right, the Keystone is over the doorway. Yeah, I'm going to get some rest. Thank you so much, Raven. I'm a little tired right now, so I'm going to get some rest, and we'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, 11 o'clock, and we'll finish the rest of this. But I think we pretty much finished for now. I mean, all the intel that I didn't finish this morning, we finished, and maybe somebody will do some research on 3.4 Law of War Manual, maybe even me. And yeah, God bless. Stormy the Clue is in the name. Yeah. Thanks, Jessica. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight. And I didn't have a cup of coffee this night, so I relied on my water, and the intel wore me out. Okay, all right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.